All right, we'll come back to that one in the future. Cool. I forgot to loop the soundtrack. Bye, chat. Bye, dear. Bye, everybody. All right, Friday Facts. I have a scene for this now. That one.
Oh, you have a scene.
Yep, turns off everything.
Even though I can still see. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta wait for the delays. You gotta wait for the delays.
My delay is very long.
Hit the refresh button.
Pause play does it usually now.
Does it? Okay. Highlight that.
Oh yeah, you have a. You should have had a message about the tech tree.
From you.
Not from me.
From
A moose.
a moose. No. Where would this be?
Unless it was on Discord. It was something about Dave McW's tech tree and the thingy being the same.
No. Sauce.
Sauce?
Yes, I need a sauce.
Sauce?
I need no barbecue sauce, please.
Ah, sophistication.
Yeah, I. What are you talking about, Mojo?
Center thing.
Michelle sent a thing about
The crafting subcategories. So there's something about that look the same as Dave McW's tech tree.
Dave McW. Who's Dave McW?
One of the modders. I'm not actually familiar with the tech tree stuff.
Is Dave McW the one that was started doing a mod where he made a video about the thought process for the mod on YouTube and it blew up?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Result of running 100 fish through a quality improvement loop with 4 leisure fish, 2 leisure fish in the middle of the second cycle. Okay, so speedrunners are already working on the calculations.
I haven't actually had the chance to sit down and figure it out. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing you're referring to, Mojo? No. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about whatsoever. All right.
No message in Discord then?
No.
About it? Overnight?
No. No, I have messages from you. I have messages from... Oh. I have messages from Mikkel. What?
Yes.
What?
I'm not sure if these are actually from the game.
I know you probably deal with the latest... so you can more easily compare how the crafting menu would change for the current stage of the future state. These are clean versions and marked versions. The marked versions have squares around the items that were removed from the crafting menu with each subcategory. Huh? All starting recipes clean. Okay. So this is your starting recipes in... No. All right, there's more images. I don't... What's this meant to represent, Mojo? You've obviously had time to look and process.
Well, I haven't seen these. I didn't actually get these pictures. I only got abridged versions.
Factorio seems aware it was my guide for helping with the original experience, not image, pull together all the recipes that can be crafted at the very beginning of the game. So... all starting recipes marked, all starting recipes clean. I don't... Friday facts. So we're moving... electronics. So that means you can't craft wire, you can't craft boilers, you can't craft red science. Oh. So it's gonna...
So to unlock the technology is not researchable until you perform those specific requirements.
Uh-huh.
So to let you craft the steam engines and the boilers, you have to craft 50 iron plate.
Yeah, so it means when you start the game, you're going to have the choice of wooden chest, iron chest, belt, burner inserter, brick, burner furnace, burner miner, furnace, gears, bullets, and armor.
Yes. That is the entirety. Oh, you won't even have green circuits. Like, those are unlocked. Yeah, I think that's what that second picture is. So everything that's not in yellow is what's unlocked when you get dropped into the map.
Okay.
It's actually interesting because the electronics, it's only 10 copper plate, which is making all that is making a burner mining drill in a furnace, and then smelting it to trigger the electronics research.
Yes. Yes, and they're going to instantly research.
That was the one thing I wasn't sure of.
Well, this is why. Okay, so Friday facts. We have quality clarifications at the top. Yes.
Yes.
So what I wanted to start doing is at the end of the Friday facts, when we've finished going through the whole list, I want to do clarifications from Discord, Reddit, Twitter, and their forums. Because they've added, like, you can recycle spider shrooms with a recycler that has quality modules. No, that is not... Huh? Yes, which led to there is an achievement for consuming a legendary fish. So good luck getting that. The infinite researchers to get productivity. Kovacs has already said that there are several important recipes.
Yes.
And
it pretty much spelled it out in Reddit.
Yeah. Also, infinite research. Yes. It'll probably have a max of 30 levels because the 300% productivity cap that they've put on it.
Yeah. Oh, and the research to do level 30 is like 1.4 billion or something.
Yeah, it's cheap.
If I remember.
It's cheap.
Easy.
Yeah.
But at least level 20 is reasonably achievable.
And then... Oh, of course, this is a picture, so I can't select things. And then... Yes, the tech...
And then? The
tech will be auto researched. So selecting is optional if you want to see the progress at the top right corner of the game. When there is no other research in progress, the first time you start processing the trigger-based technologies is automatically selected. If there's already other research in progress, it doesn't interfere. It's just quietly progresses. Okay. On top of that, add a notification when any research is finished. So even if other research is progress, you won't miss what happened completely, because that's a comment from multiplayer. And somebody asked, because, oh my god, can you make it possible to resort the research queue? I often find myself filling the queue up, just notice that I need a specific research ASAP. I have to delete the queue and set it up again. And Kovacs said, that sounds like a good idea, actually. This is how you tell a developer does not play their own game.
Or he's never run into that problem.
Oh yeah, he's just got the speedrun research queue straight from Nephrem's. He's just following that to the T.
That's the way.
This is everything I need in the order I need to unlock it.
If you're not really doing things...
Kibbits! Welcome, mate.
Oh, hello.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. I have all notifications turned off because I'm about to record the Factorio Friday Facts, which means Kibbits. You're on a timescale to finish your Factorio run, and take out the biters. Your monster. That is a lot of caps. In all caps will get you Nightbot very grumpy with you. Very, very grumpy. How are we all doing? How you doing, Kibbits?
One job.
Yeah, all caps will get you get Nightbot to go no. How are we all doing? It's really weird having all the notifications off. Yeah, I got a special scene for recording YouTube video whilst live on Twitch. How was the stream? Playing Satisfactory. What are you up to in Satisfactory? How are you, man? So yes. We're about to look at the Friday Facts. Factorio! Yeah, Factorio is life. The factory must grow.
It's like Satisfactory, but 2D.
Yeah, and can keep growing because because the map is not limited. Yep.
It's never always the same.
Yep. Sorry. We're gonna take the jabs where we can.
And you can't yeet JD into the stratosphere with the nail gun.
Yep. But the way when what was it? It was the open weekend.
Yeah, it was the open weekend.
The open weekend. We played multiplayer.
There were some features.
There were some features. Yes. I took a rebar to the face, and I think I spent 30 minutes breakdancing once. And then took another rebar to the face and launched clear out of the map. How great stream is excited for some facts. Yes, the Friday Facts. The what is it, Mojo?
The facts that appear on Fridays.
Oh my god, he's not going to do it. This is what I work with. Yes.
Except when they used to appear on Saturdays and even into Sundays.
I think it occasionally happened on a Sunday. Yep. Did this one come out Friday? I didn't look.
Yeah, pretty much right on 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was a surprise one because I was like, I wonder if it's come out yet. And then I look on the website and it was there, and none of the auto bots
had gone off yet.
Pinged. Yeah.
Wow.
It had already been out for half an hour.
Oh, well, then you got the wrong bots.
No, I didn't even bother with one. I rely on other people's to set up bots for me.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got time to set up my own bot. That's effort.
I'm looking for the ping time. Nope. 22:18. So that's 20 past 10. Wow. Okay. Oh no, that's when the Autobot. Yep. Okay. No, it came out at 9 o'clock. Bill needs to look at your bot, Chitty. Oh, really? Fun fact: I watched Qbit stream to the end, so I can happily go to bed. Bye. No good gamer guy. Not a problem. Good night. Enjoy the nap. Mods have to push the notification from the Factorio Discord. Anyone dangerous beans?
I thought it was triggered from the website. There was a thing there, or did they remove that?
The Discord announcement one needs them to post it to their Discord, then click the publish button.
Okay.
And
it's just a hook on that.
Yep. And then you can we have both automated bots, also automated people. Yes. Yep, automated people who will post it like the minute it comes out. All right, we ready for Friday Facts? Is there anything else we had to work out?
I just noticed the names are different on my one to your one.
Names are different on what?
the posted by
Oh. Why? What do you have?
Vaclav, Kvorex, and Clonin.
So they're in a different order.
And it's not V453000. It's Vaclav.
When did you open the webpage? Last night?
Last night.
So...
Yeah, quality by Kvorex.
Discovering new materials.
By V45300. So it's correct there, but yeah, it's been edited.
Yeah.
Stealth edits, yeah.
Oh yeah. The front FX has been notorious for stealth edits.
And clicking on the name doesn't give me anything.
If you ever want to look, they're really bad at updating the names either. A minute ago, mine said, yeah, so Mojo has an older version. But yeah,
It's been open since yesterday.
Yep, they'll put a -1 or a -new at the end of images if they update them. But yeah, FFF has been notorious for edits over time. I don't think you can have a bot read messages on another Discord that my bot has not been invited to. Huh? But let's look at your bot, JD. I don't know what we're talking about.
There you go. An image should be coming.
An image should be coming? Yep. So if you look for Friday Facts by Vaclav, I'm assuming it doesn't show up.
No, if you even click on it, nothing comes up for Vaclav. Because it's not a user.
Isn't it?
Or at least it's not... Unless they use it internally. Ooh, that could be interesting. If he's in there twice as real name and screen name.
Nah, but it's hyperlinked.
Yeah, it's hyperlinked, but it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, in there multiple times. I wonder if they all have their real names in there.
I don't know, there's a Tim, isn't there?
I think so.
No. Oh crap. Mouse change back.
What have you done to your mouse?
I changed it across for the zoom button for that one. No. Okay. Game about us. Because Thomas should have details as well. Glex? Does Glex have details?
It might come up as Albert.
Glex, there we go.
Seating is still Zoidberg.
Yeah.
Put in Albert as well.
Albert. Yep. Albert's in there.
Yeah, that's the same person. As Glex.
Oh, because he posts under 2 different names. That's right.
Yes.
He normally goes by Albert rather than Glex.
Yeah, normally he's Albert.
Twinson are seeding Clonan V. Yeah, it is. It is his real name. Vaclav.
Yeah, Vaclav is his real name. I already knew that.
Has this been updated with the new people?
Looks fairly up to date. It's a cat. You'd like that as a cat.
Huh? What? Sure. Boss Kid. Yep. Ian Macbeth, which was the sound designer that brought on that put in the new artillery sounds and then never actually added them to 1.0 and let it be on a tirade for I don't know how long. Theranos. Okay. A microwave engineer from Ukraine. Okay. Tobias.
I'm not actually familiar with these people.
Like, Don's been there for a while. Strange Pan? No. Genhens? Rings a bell? Prad? No. Shane? No.
Yeah, I don't know him.
David? No. Railguard was hired from the community.
Yeah, that's the modder.
Yeah. Katya? I didn't know they actually had an internal QA tester. Vaclav is V. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know they had an internal QA. Because I thought with the automated test there wasn't that much QA, although being that they're adding new content and not releasing it early access, it makes sense.
Wasn't Railguard the space exploration modder?
No.
That's
Arendelle.
Arendelle.
Yep. Who's a concept artist. Yep. Railguard makes the recipe book mod. Arendelle's space exploration. Yep. Documentation?
It's a dirty word. No one ever does documentation.
But they did documentation reasonably well. I remember Clonin forced documentation to start happening better. And then somebody, I want to say maybe V? No, it was... What does WW in this context? Goes to their webpage. It wasn't Boss Kid. It was
Thingy.
Somebody. Bilka. Bilka did the wiki.
That's the the end user documentation, but there's also back end like code documentation.
Yeah. No.
That isn't really done.
Well, I think it was done reasonably well in the later years. But I remember Bilka added and forced people to do better documentation so it could be directly exported to the wiki.
Yes. And the mod API.
Oh wow. The full list of credits. So your Boss Kid is QA. Oh, these must be out of date.
Poor Boss Kid in the pipes.
Yeah, finally give up on the project. This is out of date. Oh, so this must be version 1.69. Okay.
Because of course it is.
Hey, if you're gonna save a bookmark, make sure it's a good one. Okay. So that means they have 50 staff currently. 50 plus. So here, what's going on with Factorio? Started new save lately because I was stuck on old PC, but I'm scared because I didn't know Factorio too well. Played on 16 extensively. You're fine. Pyslaw, the good news is Factorio is eventually, sometime in the future, maybe, possibly, going to have, eventually, maybe, it's in the rumor mill, it was announced 3 years ago, a expansion / DLC. Friday Facts is going to be 73 minutes. Look at other things. No, they all get trimmed up. Mojo, shut up. The last one was 10 minutes too long because I couldn't get Mojo to just give me a simple yes, no at the end.
I win.
No, you almost forced me. You almost forced me to go back and re-edit and take your earlier yes, no's from before and just copy and paste your audio. Like, for fuck's sake.
It's pretty, actually, it's my job.
No, it's not. It's really annoying. It's really annoying when the videos are that long.
How long was it in the end?
46 minutes or something?
Oh, yeah, no one can pay attention on YouTube for anywhere near that long.
Exactly.
You're lucky to get people to hold attention for 8 minutes.
No, I don't mind a Friday Facts being 30 minutes. 30 minutes seems reasonable. But Mojo wasting 10 minutes at the end.
Well, I mean, oh, God. It's contagious. This one's probably going to be a long one, too. I suspect.
Yeah. All right, you good? You ready? We can go.
I mean, to be fair, though, most of the quality clarifications, it could be boiled down to people are dumb.
Yeah, I think we can summarize the first part very quickly. So we're good? We're ready? Yes? Let's go? Yep. All right. G'day, mate, and welcome back to, the Factorio Friday Facts. And, of course, I've got the wonderful Mojo here with me for number 376, the Research and Technology. How you doing, mate?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So, first off, we're going to start Friday Facts 376, talking about Friday Facts 375, about the quality. Yep, because the community sort of exploded. Yeah.
Oh, boy, it's very divided.
Oh, yeah. So, Covrex put in some clarifications. And the clarifications, as all with all Friday Facts, appeared on Twitter and on Discord and on Reddit and on their official forums, which means nobody reads any of it, and 1% of people actually gather all this information. So we're going to try something different at the end of this Friday Facts. We're going to try and clarify the things that have already been clarified about 376 that we've already found in the, 12 hours since it's been posted. So let's start with, clearing up some misconceptions about the quality. So first off, if you don't put quality modules somewhere, everything works as before. Good to know.
No quality items.
Correct. No quality upgrades. Let's go with no quality upgrades. Yes. So if you put good quality stuff in there, good quality stuff comes out. Remembering that it always takes the lowest quality items. So if you happen to put a good quality in there with a crap quality, well, you get a crap quality. The random aspect mechanic seems to be very upsetting a lot of people. Yes, except, you're mass automating it. So a 1% chance. What is it? Covrex? Covrex is Shiny Rocks. Shiny Rocks is a 0.7 chance.
Your Shiny Rocks. It's a 1% chance or 0.1% chance. You just make more of it.
Yeah, it's 0.7. It's like, it takes a little while to get your first 40. No, it doesn't. It takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes because if it takes any longer than 20 minutes, you didn't apply enough machines to the problem.
Yes.
Just paralyze it. It's fine.
I think of them like a bank now. You give them some dull rocks, and eventually your investment matures, and it gives you a shiny rock back.
Sure. I think of it like the quicker I can mine the stuff, the quicker I can run it through 30 machines, the quicker I'll have my 40 dust so I can start the Covrex process, so I can take the giant buffer of dull rocks and get them processed, and then have far too many nuclear weapons. Anyway, the story continues. Horrible grind to get all the resources. So the core of what makes Factorio good is the horrible huge grind you would need to get all the resources can be mitigated by automation. This is 100% true. Quality is similar with, this is quite similar to quality, as the annoyance of the grind and unpredictability related to the randomness in other games can be just pummeled with the sheer output of your factory. Exactly, just add more.
Yes.
Add more.
Just add more.
Yep.
There's even going further down, there's even a diagram of exactly what I envision you would do.
Add more. So, most simple approach is to produce all the ingredients in normal quality. Produces non-quality stuff and mainly provides for research non-quality and a huge amount of items processed by the small quality part. So, this answered one question I had is, can we get higher quality science packs? And I believe the answer is either no or no, you can, but they don't do anything for you.
Yeah, because it's going to get destroyed against the other science packs, which potentially lower quality.
Yeah, well, I'm going to lead towards just probably no outright, but who knows? Who knows? So in their playthroughs, only 5% of the whole factory was dealing with quality items. So, you know, basically everything goes to a mall. Pretty much. Pretty much. The next one is people complain about the names. I agree. They are crap. Oh, we said that last week.
I mean, it isn't even out yet. They can change it. It's not.
Oh, yeah. Look, I totally agree.
What was the thing that got me the most? Is people were most upset about the names. That's
Oh, look,
the least of your problems.
I agree. They are crap. The names are crap. They are shit. I do agree that they are easily recognizable according to any gamer who's ever played a game ever. But that doesn't change the fact that they're shit. They're shit. Okay? They're shit. They need to be changed. They need to be changed for something better. But yes, they can be changed. They can be changed, and at least they're open to changing it.
It's 4 text strings. It's easy to change.
Yeah. The fact there isn't just one blueprint for circuits, etc., because it depends on the stage of the game, and your dedication to quality is something we see as an improvement. Either you have more blueprints for different stages of the game, or you have to improvise more. And mainly, if you don't actually shoot for the best setups, you can still have the same approach as with beacons, that if you build for a legendary setup, just accept it's not perfect for now, and upgrade it as you get more good items, very similar to beacon setups, before full tier 3 modules available. We mentioned this last Friday Facts. You have a beacon green circuits?
Yes.
That you put together, you paste down, and just accept it runs a little bit shit until it gets the modules in it, and then it gets up to full speed eventually.
It gets up to full speed eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I do the reverse. I just have shit factories that don't need any beacons whatsoever, and that just bootstraps everything. And then I don't normally put a lot of modules in my builds until, well, I've got everything else done, and then I come back and get, you know, some of the other stuff done. Yeah.
There's also a green circuit build I have where everything is drawn in a straight line because it's less effort, and it just happens to be compatible with productivity modules later.
Oh yeah,
so you just come back to it and shove them in.
Yeah.
And then when it slows down, you just add more.
Yeah. When because the whole build slows down with productivity modules, you just add more in the end. Yep. I use the it's optional argument. Doesn't mean an excuse for it's shitty, but it's okay because you don't have to use it. Well, some people have said it's shitty and it's okay because you don't have to use it. In fact, that was
both ways.
One of the comments I definitely saw either on the Friday Facts video or in my Discord. I understand that the mechanic provides an upgrade. You can't say it's optional, as our game optimizer brains are just programs to progress to better stuff. And it's painful to decide to ignore some of the better stuff just because you don't like how the mechanics get there. This leads to the biggest proverb we always repeat: the best strategy needs to be fun. The main part of the opportunity was that you decided optionally where and when you want to use it. There are still players who prefer to play without beacons and modules, so some small value in the opportunity for these exists as well. Look, I don't play without modules and beacons. I've got used to them, but I do know other people that do play without beacons, definitely, because every beacon build is exactly the same, which I can agree. They all look exactly the same. It's either an 8 by, what is it, 8 to 8, where all the beacons are in straight rows, or it's every single building is surrounded by beacons. That's it. There are the only 2 designs.
I should also point out that's an edit that's been done to the FFF, because that whole thing about beacon setups isn't even in mine.
Oh, so Mojo has this webpage up from 12 hours ago?
Yes.
Yes.
12 and a half hours ago.
Yes, because there are edits to the Friday Facts sometimes, regularly. The last frequent option was better use this opportunity to introduce a lot of interesting custom recipes to get all the qualities of different items. I'm not going to read the answer here because my answer is going to be the same as theirs. That's a dumb idea. That is a really dumb idea. I don't need 15 different recipes to make green circuits. There are mods that do that, and God, they're annoying. Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep. I don't have anything else to add. So overall, the design was driven by our own enjoyment. We play the game. We play the game. We don't want to bloat with a grindy clutter. I can't expect everybody to enjoy the game the same way I do. It's okay. I respect that, but I believe there will be enough players who will enjoy the ride with us. Yeah, and then they have this lovely example build. An example build of how to make a tier. What's this? 5? Basically, tier 5 assemblies.
Legendary assembly machines. It's fully self-contained.
Yeah. So you're taking input of speed modules and tier 2 assemblers into 4 different machines that are already legendary quality, full of legendary quality modules, hoping to get better gear out. Now, according to the quality upgrade status, you're going to get what? A 10% of the next tier, a 1% chance the tier above that, and everything above that is tiny decimals. But it does happen. It does happen. And then this is going to output, and it's going to save up to 100 in each of the passive provider chests. And then if it gets over 100, it's going to spit them out into recyclers, which will then take those items and then recycle them, giving you a 10% chance to get the next tier. So that's going to go from a crappy to a, well, your original run in is going to give you a 10% chance of getting the green ones, and then when you recycle the green ones, which you're going to be doing, you're going to have a 10% chance of getting the items out to make it the blue ones, and then a 10% chance of when you recycle the blue ones, which is the next step down here, when we're taking in those items and making the blue ones, we have a 10% chance to get the purples, and then a 10% chance of the purples to get the legendaries. Yes. Yes.
Interesting thing to note with the 4 assembly machines is that the machine is only grabbing the equivalent quality speed modules.
Yes, this is something that I found interesting and very, very helpful. That, yes, they only grab the items required to build that machine at that quality. Which I'm hoping means that when you have the top machines that are just set to make assembly machines, in theory, they only grab common items? In theory?
It seems to be common or better.
I don't know, and that's going to also bring the new question of what happens if you...
It has to be that quality.
Well, what happens if you make a boo-boo and you accidentally let your speed modules of a different quality onto your bus? And then you contaminate a line with the exact same item, it just happens to have a different quality marker on it.
I think it's just probably a case of bad design.
Look, things happen, belts get flipped, mistakes happen, yeah. But trying to clear your copper out of your iron line is very easy because they're 2 very different colors. They're the same shape, but they're 2 very different colors. Can you imagine trying to dissect your rare speed modules from your common speed modules on your speed module bus?
Why would you be... So that comes back to the complaints as why would you be sending out all these different items throughout the base? Why would you just have a self-contained thing like this that's just making...
Because you need speed modules in a couple of areas, so you decide to bust them. I don't know. Because you went mega base scale, Mojo. Like, what is going to happen when you and I get our hands on this? We're going to go a little bit extreme. We can both know that. We both... It's going to happen. A little bit. I said a little bit. I was self-contained a little bit. Okay.
Just tempering expectations a little bit with just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Look, it's going to happen. But yes, it brings my question, like, you know, trying to clear a contamination is going to be an absolute nightmare. There are a couple of other things that we need to point out. One, the recyclers are obviously displaying the image of the last time they recycled. So if that happens to be a basic or a rare or whatever, then that's the icon it represents, what it has on the machine.
I think that was something that wasn't very clear in the previous one.
Correct.
That, it shows the icon. It's basically functions like a smelter. So whatever you shove into it is what it does.
Yep. The other thing that I need to point out is after recyclers dump their items into that gap between the belts. Can we point out the gap between the belts? Okay, the assemblers have a loader on them and they output with a belt, but that belt does not overlap the other belt like all Factorio belts should. There's a gap.
Just that tiny little, 3-pixel gap?
Yeah. But if you look at the belt on the right-hand side, the one that's side loading, just to the right of that overlaps. It overlaps. All belts overlap. This is how things fall onto the next belt. It's a graphical thing, okay? It's perfect everywhere except on these new buildings.
Literally unplayable. 1 out of
Unplayable.
10.
Yep.
Install.
So the balances on the left, we have the one sorting out the assembly machines, the Tier 2 assemblers, has a little grey dot in the corner, being the common. So we're intentionally sorting common assemblers onto the right-hand side of the belt with that filter splitter. Also, you'll notice the other splitter has a greater than or equal to rare icon on it.
Yeah, and it's only greater than or equal to.
Yeah. Now, one comment I've got is that icon is so tiny and it needs to be made much,
And on
much
top
larger.
of that, there's no background behind it to really give it contrast.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't know there was a greater than until you said it because,
Yep.
yeah, there's nothing around it.
Yep. It needs to be the same as the filter for the assembler. It needs to be that sort of space. It needs to be massive,
That big
obvious.
block of black.
Yep.
That bit black hole void to really tell you what it is.
Yeah, because in a factory there is so much going on, and you're gonna miss something small, like the small detail like this. Yeah. So just you wanted to add that out. Okay. So this will make blah blah assembly machines. Yes, 100 of them, and then any excess it recycles. Okay. So that is quality over and done with. I'm still on the fence about it. I think I agree with you from last Friday Facts. You're going to use it for personal things.
Yeah, it's going to come into its own for personal stuff, and then maybe for fancier builds. But as I say, like I'm keen for the power pole specifically.
Weird.
It's very. I know it's weird and very specific, and I don't think anyone else has been that excited for substations with bigger range.
Yeah,
but
Mojo's
being
weird.
Very useful.
Mojo's weird. I can see the big power poles with an extra 2 wire reach or something. It'll be the exact amount to go between 2 row ports. Yes. That I can see. Everything else, nah, not when it comes to power. All right, so new Friday Facts, new materials. When it comes to how planets, and especially unique resources discovered, we realize problems with how Factorio has been doing this for a while. If a planet's unlocked by technology on some science tier, then the starting resource of the planet would also be gated behind the same science packs, because what else? You don't have anything else available yet. This would mean you could, and most typically would, already be researching ways to progress the new unique resource that you've not even seen yet. Another most fundamentally conflict was we wanted the progress on each planet to result in a single new science pack, resulting in a chicken or egg situation. The problem would be this science pack should need mostly new unique processing steps on that planet. Therefore, you need to somehow get to discovering the processing first. The alternative would have been that the science pack is made available immediately on arrival, but then it couldn't really be too interesting as it wouldn't include any of the processing you discovered past that point. The science pack is the primary export from each planet, so in order to prevent planets from just being a simple mining outpost with a rocket silo, we want to make sure most of the processing contributes to produce such science pack. We tried to design and implement several approaches in various forms of temporary science packs, even special entities that would act as temporary laboratories, but all of them were just adding mess and wasn't useful afterwards. It was just a stepping stone to get back to producing a proper science pack we could eventually ship back to the laboratories on your home planet. So, the important things we've discovered from this simple couple of paragraphs is science is the primary export from each planet. Also, we're launching things back from
I was wondering that, whether it was the output materials or the science packs.
Well, it's going to be the science packs. I think there's nothing to stop you exporting the materials.
Well, I mean, if you got the oil planet, you're going to need to ship off the oil products anyway.
We don't know if there's an oil planet, but yeah.
Or I guess one more specific would be the uranium planet.
Well,
because you meant to... I think it was one or two, or the first one from a few weeks ago. They did say that I think it was oil processing was going to be on a different planet. I think.
No.
I should have actually checked beforehand.
No. Mojo's on a whole different tangent. Okay. It does mean science packs are going to be the export, and I don't think there's anything stopping you launching the ingredients back, apart from the whole, it requires 100 different raw resources to give you one science pack, and one science pack stacks really high in a rocket, because that's the other important thing. We're launching materials back with rockets, so rockets are used for transporting items, whereas
the rocket platform that we saw a few weeks ago.
Well, our space platform looks like it's for transporting the player.
With the grabby arms and the process.
With the grabby arms and the guns that shoot things. And yes. Whereas a rocket is just point A to point B logistics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they have decided. They've decided with a new feature. So we have trigger technologies. The solution that ticks all boxes is incredibly simple. We add a new method of researching a technology. Instead of processing science back in a laboratory, technologies can now be completed with a trigger. Currently have a few technology triggers that unlock research. Mining an entity, crafting an item or a fluid, launching a rocket with a certain item, i.e. a fish. Sorry, a tank. A tank. No, I meant it. Satellite. That's the one. Satellite, yep. Each time you land on a planet, you discover and exploit new resources. It feels quite natural as everything happens whilst you're actually there. Make a lot more sense with specific examples once we show you the actual planets, and not this just technical background. But there is more. We can apply this elsewhere, and this is the part that I'm not sure about.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So we've got two examples. We have oil and uranium processing. You can no longer research oil processing in 1.2 DLC expansion update, whatever you want to call it. And they've done this for a couple of reasons. One, because it sort of makes sense. And two, I know I do it, and I'm willing to bet Mojo does this as well. We've researched, because oil refining is red and green science, we've researched most of it before we've even bothered walking anywhere near an oil patch.
Yeah, generally the science and production is such that the red-green science, like, I'm busy crafting the oil pump jacks and the oil refineries and building the oil refineries, and it's, done oil processing and already working your way down sulfuric acid and plastic before you've even started pumping oil.
Yeah. So this brings something. Now, I'm always thinking about what does this mean for Factorio for a new player? Now, from a new player's perspective, it means great. They don't actually have to, click on the research button for oil processing. It'll just happen when they finally put a pump jack on oil. And then it will unlock the whole oil part of the tech tree. But that also means that they aren't going to have the opportunity where they look at a pump jack in the research tree and go, okay, let's research that because I need that. And then look at the next research being at the oil refinery and they go, probably need an oil refinery. They happen to research that. And then they look at what it takes to craft an oil refinery and they go, well, there's pointless having 5 pump jacks in my inventory if I don't have any oil refineries. So they could craft some oil refineries. And then they sort of do the placing of the pump jacks and the piping the oil somewhere and then putting down the oil refineries all at sort of one step. Whereas if it's now 2 separate steps, i.e. you don't look at you don't have the recipe for the oil refinery at the point you put down the pump jacks, because that's when it unlocks, you're going to have players...
It's really interesting, because oil processing currently unlocks the pump jack as well as the oil refinery and all the recipes and chemical plants and things.
Does it? I thought pump jacks was its own research.
No, it's oil processing, which gives you the petroleum gas, solid fuel, chemical plant, oil refinery, and pump jack.
Oh, okay.
Gives you access to... Oh, you need... the prerequisite is fluid handling. Presumably, they move pump jack to fluid handling. Tanks and such.
Yeah. So, yes, I don't know how I feel about this one for a new player, because they're not going to have the realization that oil refineries are expensive, right? They're really expensive, actually, in the early game. They need a crap ton of pipes, you need a crap ton of steel, and you need the bricks. And most people don't have bricks up and running at the point they unlock an oil refinery. Well, maybe they have them up for walls, depending on what settings they have for the biters. But also, there's a good chance that they're only using bricks for walls, so they might not have any stockpile. Now, that doesn't say that I play with lots of mods. I'm sure Mojo plays with lots of mods. We both know that you can hover your mouse over the oil refinery, the chem plant, even, the oil processing and the solid fuel, and see what the recipe is. But I've seen new players play Factorio, and they don't do that. I'm taking my partner through her first run of Factorio ever next weekend, live on Twitch, and she's not going to do any of that. I guarantee it.
Something that should be noted is that going back to the original FFF from a few weeks ago, is that this is meant to be more of a challenge than base game. So I don't know if the new player thing really applies here to the same.
Yeah, but I can see
I have to think about that one.
there are several times, even in the base game, we
Comment.
discover new resource. It explicitly mentions base game. It sounds like this is going to be a change for both of them. Yeah? See my point?
Yeah.
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 I'm thinking about in context of the DLC.
Yeah. I'm thinking new player. Okay, so then we have uranium processing. Uranium processing, it won't unlock until you mine uranium. Okay, uranium, I don't remember if there is a tutorial anywhere in the game at all. Honestly, got no idea. I do know that when you put down a miner on uranium, it looks stupid, and it has fluid inputs. And I believe
I believe a thing pops up. I don't remember now.
I know if you hover over uranium with your mouse, it comes up in the information help box on the right-hand side that this is uranium and this is the mining speed and it requires sulfuric acid. But I don't know if it's very blatant. In fact, I've had many people comment, how do you mine uranium? Do you have special miners or something? No, you just put a normal miner on there and then it looks stupid. And then you attach acid. Uranium, I sort of understand. Oil, I'm really on the fence. Really on the fence.
That's something I'm going to have to wait and see, I suspect, to see how it interacts.
So yes, now really into oil processing, you need to have touched some crude oil. Helps prevent the situation where, especially the green science tier, a lot of players would research very far beyond that, from what their Factorio can currently process, and later feel discouraged seeing all the piled up resources to work through. Yeah, or somebody who's played often and knows that blue science is slow.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get all the red and green done.
It is something that I have seen is where people, or they call it the oil grind, is where, because that's where the game really starts to open up and in width, and so suddenly you get overwhelmed with all of the different directions to go in.
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah, blue science adds a lot.
Yeah, blue science, and then the military side as well.
Yeah. Yeah, blue and military sort of unlock at about the same time, and then military doesn't open that many options, but you need to look at those options because the blighters, and then blue science unlocks a lot of things and a lot of different choices. Yes.
It isn't a lot, like, in the reality, it isn't a lot of things. It just appears like a lot of things because, it's got the wall and the turrets and
oh, look, there's batteries, there's robots, there's lube, there's lasers, there's lots. Yeah.
Ammo and...
Yeah, there's a lot of things that sort of pile up on a new player. Anyway, early game. There's a lot more coming from this. When you crash land on the very first planet, what does the player immediately know how to craft? Steam engines, inserters, and transport belts. Always feels much better in games when your progression starts as low as possible, and you earn all the things in the process, which makes it feel much more deserved in the end. With triggers, we could create new technologies for even basic things like pipes, early power generation, labs, and the automation science pack. So now they're talking, and it says, we could create new technologies. I don't know if that's implying that they haven't decided to yet, and they're waiting to see how the Friday facts go and the community feedback, or if it's already
the waters.
Done. Yes.
The fact that they're showing an icon of it means that they have the ability there, and that they're testing the waters to see if it's a good idea in game.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they were talking about new things that are possible for modders. So at the very least, this is something available that will be there, that isn't in game, but available to mods.
Yeah, mods are definitely still taking advantage of this. But yes, with triggers, like they could. Grids. Huh?
Like vehicle grids, which has been in the game since like 2016.
Oh yeah, vehicle grids has been there forever, but it's not part of base game. But it's mods can access it. Yeah. Oh well, yeah, it's part of the base game, but yeah, the base game doesn't use it. So yes, for steam power, you would have to craft 50 iron plate to unlock steam power, which I guess is okay because you're gonna use generally 50 iron plate just making burner miners. Yeah. And electronics is 10 copper plate, which you're gonna use for. Well, you need 10 copper plate to make power poles and everything.
Making copper is going to
unlock electronics.
Going to make it unlock.
Yeah,
they are not high bars.
Yeah, they're really not. Some unlocks like electric mining drill, radar, or repair packs don't need to be available at the very beginning, so we can add them in their own red science technologies. So yes, they could add more. And they're also looking at, well, they're showing a view of the early game technology tree. Also, see, for example, steel axe now requires you to craft actual steel plates. So you can't just get the steel axe upgrade without having made steel, which has always been weird since steel axe is no longer a real item. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one where you just blaze through it and not even really notice.
Oh no, you notice it. You notice it. Oh boy, do you notice it. As soon as you got to pick something up, you notice it. Yeah. 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 I know, oh, no, let's keep going. As a result, following will be your starting recipes. Getting back to having unlocked all the recipes you're used to at the start of the game doesn't really take any extra time than previously. The early trigger technologies only require a minimum amount of items to be crafted, but still contributes to making progression feel better. Now, I did have this one. I did have this bit was sent to me by McKell. And we have a couple of boxes here around the items that we used to have that you won't have now in, well, the 1.2 DLC expansion, whatever we want to call it. So we're going to be missing inserters, power poles, and pipes of both types. We're going to be missing repair packs, boilers, steam engines, electric mining drills, pumps, and also labs. No copper wire, no iron sticks, no electronic circuits, no red science, no guns.
It's going to be a very sparse.
I don't know about guns.
Sparse. Well, you start with one.
You start with one, yeah, but what happens when you die? Like, you can craft ammo, but you can't craft a gun. I think you should be able to craft a gun. I
respawn with another one.
Do you?
Yeah, you never need to craft a pistol.
Okay. I don't know.
I should point out that need and want are two different things.
Yeah. And no red ups.
You don't need to craft a pistol.
Yeah.
But you may want to craft a pistol.
Yeah, you know, you might need to throw it at somebody, like trooping. So yes.
Or fill JD's pockets with them.
Yes. So, slight change to what items you have to start with. And I'm not sure. I can see the argument, but then again, this is stuff that, like, any experienced Factorio player is going to blow through this in 10 minutes, so it won't make an ounce of a difference to them. So this will become apparent for more things in the future. During the development expansion, we have arrived to various topics, just like the one which stretched beyond the acceptable weirdness threshold, and had to address it in the space age. These improvements also impacted the base game in a good way. We're certain that mods will make good use of this as well. Next, we have the research cube, the good old research cube. Yes.
Praise be the research queue.
Yes.
How many times have you started a game and forget to turn on the research queue?
There's a console command.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. So research queue, which is something that Kovacs was hard against in the Friday Facts 254. I'm not going to reference it. I'm not going to bring it up. Kovacs said no. And then the very next week, they played a multiplayer playthrough. And basically, he got outvoted by his own staff. And it was added, but only after you've launched the rocket. Only then was it turned on by default, because then you're on infinite science and he could understand that people might want to queue up 5 or 6 of those at a time. Yes. So there was one problem. They want to address, new recipes and where they'd be in the crafting menu a little bit better. So during
highlighting thing now?
Yeah, we got a little star thing in the corner. Yeah, and they highlight.
Well, it highlights it yellow, the whole box yellow too.
Yeah. Which removed one of the negatives of the research cube, for new players, and also one of Kovacs' giant complaints. And there's also been a fair share of bugs related to the research queue that had to fix having 2 code paths and GUI layouts all over the place. Queue versus no queue was becoming annoying. So in the end, we just decided to completely embrace the research queue and remove all the queue code related to not having it enabled. So now it's always on. You cannot turn it off. There is no off. There is no longer a strange after you launch a rocket condition from the queue, and no longer will you ever forget to enable it before starting the game. I feel like somebody had gone and fixed one too many bugs with the non-queued or the queued version.
I wonder how many bug requests are in there for the always ticking that box. Or feature requests or just complaints about it. I'm
feeling like they've gone and fixed one too many bugs, and then somebody's just gone, nope, It's fixed for the research queue. I'm done. I'm not touching the other half of the queue, the other half anymore. It's not happening. It's not happening. Corex, it's just being enabled outright.
Sounds like an I said thing.
Yeah, actually it does. It does.
It does sound like it.
Yeah. So productivity researchers, we want to add some more infinite technology and also reduce the resource pressure as the game goes along. The mining productivity, great, it works well, but it does give the player much choice for the end game. The other infinite technologies are more specialized, lots of combat ones, but other than maybe worker robot speed, not so much for your production. So we add a new...
Fire is a really interesting one because it makes your fire less effective after a certain point.
What? Why? Huh?
Because it does so much damage in a single tick that it stops doing damage over time.
Oh, does it?
Something like that. I'm trying to remember. It was something like that. It's like that it stops applying damage over time, which makes it less effective.
Okay. I don't know. Fire's pretty good. It doesn't need a whole lot of extra research.
Someone might have to remind me of that one.
That's what the comment section's before.
Yes, that's what comments are for.
Yep. So we add a new type of productivity research, the recipe productivity research. Each level will increase the built-in productivity of certain recipes, such as steel, process units, rocket control units, etc. So you get a blanket 10% productivity for your rocket control units in the assembler before you add productivity modules. So normally it's 100% productivity, obviously. With productivity modules, it'd be 140% because 10 per module. And then with the first level of this, you get 150, I assume, unless it multiplies
100% product. Where do you get that from? It's 40. So assembly machine 3, 4 modules, 40% productivity.
Okay. You get a productivity of 1. I.e.,
yes.
you get all the items that's meant to come out, okay? And then
you
fine.
don't get anything for free.
Yeah. And then at 40%, you get 0.4 of the unit for free. Cool, yeah.
Yes.
All right. And then with research, you get... So, with research, is it 1.1, and then the productivity modules are on top of that? So then it's...
I would imagine so.
0.4 of 1.1, which gives you 1.51.
It would be additive, so that would be this tech would effectively be a free productivity level 3 module.
It's additive, not multiplicative. Can't get my compound interest.
So. Okay. That's how mining productivity works.
I can't remember what I put probods in my minus. Okay. So rocket control unit, yes, 10%. Also, rocket control unit steel. Steel could be interesting.
Steel's an interesting one, yeah. Those steel builds, particularly in mega bases, tend to be massive. But the catch is they're a 1-to-1 to your iron. Depending on whether you're using prod mods in your iron. Yeah. Which is then going to complicate things an awful lot. Yeah. I don't think it'll be that effective long term.
Yeah.
In a mega base, because it's such a... The further down the chain you are, the more beneficial it is, and that's right at the beginning of the chain, so it's not really going to do anything. Maybe reduce the size of the build.
Yeah. So, we also wanted to let you know you unlock something super powerful at the end game, which led us the idea of the research productivity. Each level will increase the built-in productivity of your labs, as you might know, which is the most effective place to put your productivity modules already, and will require end-game resources, which details will come in some future Friday facts. So, Mojo, comment section, write up, and Mojo, you get something super powerful for end-game. Do you think it is bug spray?
I hadn't thought of that, but...
Like, load it in a rocket, fire it into space, it crashes back onto the planet, and all the bugs die.
I mean, I would like that. I would wish that was a thing.
Yeah, because once you get to Mega Base, oh my god, biters are annoying.
Oh, they are really annoying.
Even
with artillery and all of the endgame weapons and all the Spidertrons, they are still annoying.
They're annoying for mainly they use UPS, and I could use my UPS elsewhere. All right, so a couple of things.
I like the K2 virus capsules. They just eliminate like a quarter of the map. You just throw like 5 or 10 of them.
Oh, okay. No, I'm thinking of space exploration has a plague rocket, which just kills.
Yeah, that has an orbital biter spray.
Yes. You launch it in a rocket, and it just kills everything on the planet, so no more biters ever. It also happens to kill your UPS whilst it's going off, which is just because it looks like poison clouds all over the planet, which looks really cool. Don't get me wrong. Just don't launch it on a big planet. Not if you like to, play the game at the same time. Yeah, you've been warned. Yep. So, a couple of things we need to, clarify, I think. I think we're going to do the clarification section. All right. Yeah. So, productivity, because I've got that on the screen. We've got to remember from last week, the week before. Last week. Quality, last week. There is a maximum cap of 300% productivity on any item.
Yes. So that would include productivity modules if you put them in there as well.
Yep. So we have, that's 300%, and we're already at 50% with 4 prod mods and 1 lot of research. So something you need to keep in mind, and that has already been confirmed by the devs. So Coverex is saying that 30 levels would probably be too expensive anyway to make it reachable in a normal way, but we can just change it from unlimited to 30 levels, but it's virtually infinite anyway, just like the Factorio map is technically infinite. In the fact that you can reach the edge, it's just going to take you a while, a very, very, very long while. So that's the first clarification. Second clarification is the recipes that have productivity research on them. They chose several important influential recipes. Some things like steel, something you can do before you go into space, so therefore won't need space science, in theory, to do an infinite research. Blue chips, plastic, low density structures, few other things, but these things could change easily, so the list might change on a whim.
So these ones that we have heard could change and be completely different.
Yeah, they could change. They might stay the same. They might add more. I like the idea of steel.
Yeah, steel.
As before space.
Do you know what a meme one that I would like to see? Sticks.
Iron sticks.
Iron sticks.
You want productivity research for iron sticks?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, continuing.
Along.
Okay. Somebody put it out on Reddit. You can recycle Spytrons in a recycler that has quality modules. At which point, Coverex kindly, even though we'd mentioned it the week before, but we hadn't mentioned it in Reddit in a post that he would have read. You may be the first person outside we would realize this is the only way. We realized a long time ago, and we found it be so hilarious, that we made a special achievement for consuming a legendary fish. It's probably one of the most hardcore achievements in the game. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Yes.
Trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
Yeah. So poor speedrunners. That's my only comment.
100% is gonna suck.
You need to put on all legendary gear that's fully outfitted with legendary equipment. You must need one of each item of legendary equipment, which is going to be a pain in the butt, but also now you need a legendary fish. Yep. And the only way to get a legendary fish is by making the Spidertrons and recycling the Spidertrons, which you're going to get 25% of the resources back from the Spidertrons to then upcycle them.
Can't you get fish from a rocket as well?
Yes, but what are you going to put them in that you can then run them through a recycler? What is an item that needs a fish as a recipe?
Well, I want to know if you can get a legendary fish from a rocket now.
In theory, if you have a legendary rocket, we had this argument. If you have a legendary rocket silo and you put a legendary satellite in it, no. 100 legendary science. 100 legendary science, white science. So you'd have to launch a satellite to get in.
Well, you need one rocket launching satellites to give you the science packs, which you then put into the next.
No. You would have to have a legendary rocket silo, which has been loaded with legendary parts, to then launch a legendary satellite, which should give you 1,000 legendary science. At which point you take 100 legendary science and load it into your legendary rocket silo that you've reloaded with legendary parts to then get 100 legendary fish. Because it always takes the lowest quality item, so everything would have to be a legendary status.
And it would have to have quality modules instead of productivity modules too.
Oh, you could just have no modules, because if you have no modules, then it would be the same quality.
Well, you can still improve the chance of the high quality item with the quality module.
You're going to be guaranteed a legendary module, a legendary fish. But that poor speedrunners. Okay, the story continues. Okay. So, one question came to my mind when you're thinking about triggering text. Do you have to select beforehand? So the text that we need to just trigger. The question is, do you have to select them? The answer is no, you don't have to select them. If you have no other research running currently, they'll be, well, if you wish to select them, you can select them, and they'll just happen automatically in the background. So you can always click on them or look at them in the research queue and find out you've crafted 45 out of 50 iron plate. And then as soon as you do the 50 iron plate, they'll unlock instantly. And they do say they've added a notification for when any research is finished. So you actually get a notification, like, you know, down the bottom left where nobody reads. Yeah, it's where chat happens. And nobody can read chat because it's still on white text on a shitty background that never got fixed and was in a Friday Facts and just never happened. Yeah, maybe that gets fixed for the DLC expansion. Anyway, yes, so that's been updated as well and confirmed. Yeah, look, like, you play multiplayer occasionally. Can you read that stuff ever?
No, I don't read anything.
No, it's like, go to map view, make sure the bottom left-hand corner is over a black piece of unexplored area, and then I can read it. New question. Can you make it possible to resort the research queue? I often find myself filling up the queue. Just notice I have a specific research. I need a specific research ASAP. Then I have to delete the whole queue and set it up again. Coverex answers, that sounds like a good idea, actually. This is how you can tell it's a developer who doesn't play their own game often.
Do you know what's actually even funnier about that? If
What?
you go to the FFF talking about no research queue, the cons for the research queue, one of them points is the research queue has to be changed as a lot of the priorities change.
Was
so
that
one of the
put in?
negatives that he had for the queue at the time was that you had to chop and change the queue.
That was posted by Coverex, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. And never thought, as the developer, as the great creator of all the options and all the features in the game, maybe, just maybe, I should have like a press shift to move to front of queue, press control to enter front of queue, something. Also, at the same time, can I get a press a button to move something to the front of my crafting queue? Just throwing that out there. Yeah.
I like how that was the immediate thing that people thought of, was being able to priority craft stuff.
Oh, just like when you need that one power pod, you need it right now. Okay.
Automate it.
When you're miles from base, you just need one power pole.
Automate it.
When Mojo is one substation short. One substation short because his power wires didn't reach that extra tile because he's only got a common on him. Okay.
Why isn't Foxhound bringing you the power poles?
Oh, very good question. So then we have a demonstration of a filter split up. Yep. And my argument of, yes, the greater than a rare quality, greater than normal quality, greater than not shit quality. Yes. Should be at around about this size. It should be legible. And then that is all the clarifications I think we have. Yeah. And Mojo, going back to the original Friday Facts, and the recyclers, they're using one of your power poles, one of your substations.
See, they already saw ahead and realized how powerful legendary power poles were.
No, it has to be a legendary substation because it's not on the image anywhere.
Legendary substation.
Yep.
Could be either side of it.
Yeah, just out of frame, just out of frame. And
see, I'm Nostradamus. I realized how powerful it was.
Well, we're gonna be leaving this Friday Facts out of frame as well because we're out of time. I think we've covered everything. We'll be back next week for more Friday Facts. Hit the sub button if you haven't already. Also, description, there's both my link and Mojo's link. We come do these live on Twitch, well, 12 hours roughly after Friday Facts come out. So come by.
Sleeping.
Come by. Yeah, well, but sleeping is important.
You mean?
Yeah. All right, that's it. We're out. As always, thank you guys so much for what you do. I hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you next week for more Friday Facts. All right, that's it. We're out. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, we're gonna buy from Mojo again. Hi, iPad Shot. How you doing? And also Leo the Lion. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Also, I did kind of want to mention it, but it sort of didn't really have a spot to slot into. The circuit symbol has F111 on it.
What? What circuit symbol? Where?
So the electronics.
Huh? Electronics, where?
The electronics research, the electronics trigger, electronics
Yeah.
research, 10 thingies,
Mm-hmm.
and there's F111 on it.
What? F111?
And,
Huh?
and Friday Facts 111 talks about long-term plans and helping modders.
Oh my god! iPad Child. You ignore me for so long. I thought it was favorite. Thanks, iPad Child. No, I was doing a YouTube recording. You get ignored like the rest of chat. Oh, that has a Friday. Okay, so what is Friday Facts 111?
So it just talks about long-term plans, aiming for 1.0. It actually doesn't talk about space stuff at all. And then it's just helping modders.
Also, Factorio presentation to you for the third time already. Third year of those. This third time I said Factorio, we finished a year. I want to believe it's true this time. Long-term plans, tech tray.
Oh, they do talk about the space platform. I didn't even see that when I skimmed it.
Which goes back to 74.
Which goes to 74.
Which has the whiteboard, which
has the whiteboard, which is the original space platform concept.
Yeah.
If I had actually seen that link when I saw it, I would have actually pressed it harder. I shouldn't have looked at this at 10 o'clock last night.
No. By all means, look at it, but then, write yourself notes. This is why I DM Mojo all sorts of shit. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's because you're going to join me with Friday Facts and I'm going to explain it to you.
Yeah, I rely on JD writing notes for me.
I had no idea it said Friday Facts 111 on the electronic circuit. Okay, I wonder if it's in base game. Games, Factorio, C block.
I don't think it is.
Data, base, graphics, technology, electronics. You know what? It is.
It's actually there.
It is actually there. And that install is so far out of date.
It's been under our nose this whole time.
What is it? It's data, base, graphics, technology. Oh, okay. That's an even older Factorio install, which has 111 on there as well. So what's advanced? Advanced electronics is... what's Friday Facts 333?
Oh, how deep does it
go? Terrain scrolling. Well, that's shit.
Oh, that's the edging stuff. Is that related to when they actually added those graphics?
What graphic? Huh?
The 333. I think that relates to when they added those icons. No, they're older than that.
No, they were updated for 1.0. They're updated for the 1.0 release. But the question is, so we've done electronics, we've done advanced electronics. No, we've done
processing units.
Advanced electronics 2. What's on advanced electronics? And the answer is 8086. Well, that's boring.
That's boring.
Do I have an older Factorio install? I have old Factorio. Oh, I have 1.0. I have a 1.0. I have a 1.0 original install. Data. Nope. Base. Oh. No, there it is. Technology. So advanced electronics is... So this is how old the install is. It's only one image. It's before PIC mapping. Pip mapping?
Oh, Pips. Yeah. Version 16 has that too. It's just 8086, but so smudgy.
333 and electronics.
Oh, wow. Version 16 is even smudgier than that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's back when we're on...
It's completely unrecognizable.
These are on 128 by 128, I want to say. Yeah, these are 128 by 128. Whereas the other ones are 64 by 64. So yeah, it's been there since 1.0, and possibly before that.
Oh, I don't know about the electronics one, but certainly the advanced electronics and the processing unit has been there since version 16.
I do not have anything older than 1.0.
Oh no, F111, there it is in version 16. Yeah, 8086 is a real chip. That's the crappier 8088 8-bit processor.
Intel 16-bit Intel microprocessor. Yeah, 8086 is a real chip.
I think the 8086 had the shared bus, so that's why it's crappy. Like the address bus and the data bus are on the same bus.
So you had the 8086, and then that's the question. What's in Friday Facts 2222? Christmas Avalanche. Transport belt compression update. So they're considering compressing belts natively, which now every game has added. I do want to mention that it didn't happen in Factorio, and this is what 16.7 they were talking about released the day before. So belt compression didn't happen in Factorio, and then we've had Tectonica. Tectonica had their 1.0, well, 0.1 release, right? Their early access release. They've had 1.1, and they've already addressed this is how you get compression to happen, and they've said that they're looking at naturally doing it with inserters and other things in the future. Because it's just expected now. It was something that was set by Factorio, and now it's just expected in every game. It didn't happen properly in Captain of History. It's now expected in Captain of History and happens in Captain of History. Request a chest update. Oh, okay. So they fixed buffer chests.
The old buffer chest.
They had a pathfinding problem with train stations. And Haunts My Dreams for a Steam Award, which I don't think they won. I don't think they won.
Yeah, I don't think they got that one.
I don't think they've got
I think
any...
they got one of the oddball awards.
I don't think they've ever won a Steam Award.
I think they did get one of the earlier, like when they first launched. I think they got one of the earlier ones. But I think it might have been like a very super shoebox category, like best automation or something.
I know they would have. They should have won just 5 more minutes. It must have been the year after this.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
And some other game won it just because it was more popular at the time, which was stupid. But yeah. So the 8086 processor is before the 286 processor?
Yes, it's also... It sits in a... It came alongside the 8088, which is the more popular one. It's the only way I can really easily describe it is the crappier version of it, because of the shared bus.
And
its bus is only 8-bit, which means it's really hamstrung.
There we go. Stizzard has the answer. In 2018, Factorio is voted by Steam users as a runner-up in the most fun with machine category.
There it is.
Yep, and it was runner-up. 2018. Winner, Rocket League. How does... Yeah. 8086 is a 20-channel bus, but science items 26 for science pre-white, yellow for purple for... What? Yamakaha. You're a horrible person.
Because, do you know how I was saying, because the address and data bus are shared, the 8086 processor is a 20-channel sushi bus.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Most fun with a machine, Rocket League.
A bit of a misnomer because of the whole 64K data space thing.
Yeah, they're up against Space Engineers. What? Well, oh, okay. Factorio 9
Now
Automata?
you're committed, JD. You have to do a sushi C block.
No. 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 What are you taking and can you share it? Yamaha is on, I believe it's still lack of sleep from a child. Child, I believe. And you can get it very easily. It just takes a little while to incubate. And doesn't go away. Hi, iPad child, you still here? Okay. So Friday facts are done. Quality, I don't care about still. And yes, I think there's been theory crafting happening in Discord. And I think the answer is you just have all normal quality push forward, okay, onto the bus to do science. Okay, you have anything that is not normal quality be spliced off, along with an overflow. So anything that's normal quality also gets run off on the overflow belts. And then you just, yes, crank them into quality modules to start with. And then after you get quality modules in, pick a build. Then you start upgrading stuff by making green circuits, just to upgrade them, to get better quality green circuits, to then get better quality gears, to get better quality assemblers, to get better quality, yeah.
It seems like it's just easier to force brute craft the modules and then just have the thing pump away in the background, just like Kvorax, really.
Yeah.
Just in the investment bank, give them a few dull rocks, and they give you plus your investment of shiny rocks, and then gives you another shiny rock back.
Yeah.
At the expense of spending a few dull rocks in fees.
Yeah, it's yeah. So quality, yeah, it'll get there. The trigger technologies for an experienced player, it's not going to matter. It's not going to make an ounce of a difference. New players, I think it's going to be a problem. I think there are definitely going to be some parts that they just.
I mean, there are some new players that you just can't be helped.
I'm trying to
You know
think.
those people that can't be helped.
Oh yeah. They're in the comments section. Desynced. What were we doing in Desynced? And somebody asked. So there was the clip of CPU. No, what's his name?
C3PO?
No. He's a content creator. It's CPU. It's CPU something, I want to say. And he didn't realize there was the programming in Desynced until he happened to pick up a behavior module from something from probably a explorable. And there's a clip of him just mind blown situation.
See, it's funny. I had a similar thing because although I knew there was programming in there, I just couldn't find the damn thing.
But he didn't know it was
behavior controller. I still couldn't find the stupid window.
He didn't know it existed. So he's got a clip that and I'm trying to think. Captain Mystery. I've had people go like, "How do you dig down?" Right? They've only ever worked out how to do level terrain. I'm worried you're going to end up one of those situations where somebody doesn't know the whole section of a tech tree is not there because they just haven't interacted with something accidentally. Whereas in a tech tree, you have to click on it. Right? Or Captain Mystery, again, the people that run out of crude oil on their main island because they didn't take their ship out exploring and happened to find a cargo ship. They're waiting to find it in the research tree and make a cargo ship. Because they just didn't take the main ship out to explore and happened to land upon one and then happened to go out and repair it.
I should get Captain Industry one day.
You should. You would enjoy it. You want to let you take it to the last part? Yeah, I know, but you're going to get everything upgraded in the meantime. Where is it? So I'm assuming the last three are for the last three planets. The stupid planet, the Earth, the stupid planet, the Australian planet, and the other planet. What is it? 3 Friday Facts 74? 74? Smarter Robots. 73.
73.
73. Open new tab. Yeah, so we have the Mars planet, which is the last planet. We have the Australian planet.
The purple Australia, because colour shifting.
The purple Australia. Yep. Which is going to be full of biters. And then, of course...
Is that a pre-polluted planet as well with the green?
Probably.
Or still in FFF mode.
on that particular planet, okay, the biters are already pre-evolved. What you need to do is you need to remove the pollution to de-evolve the biters to deal with them. Because they're Australian. And then, of course...
embrace it.
We have the Pluto. So it's Pluto, and then Australia, and then Mars. Yeah. Oh, and then we got the final planet. So there's actually 4 planets. Okay. So I wonder if that means you get quality 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the 4 separate planets.
Was there confirmed to be more raw resources?
New resource types? Well, there's already white stuff being grabbed by...
That's right, we had the grabby arms. I've already forgotten about that.
Yeah, the grabby arms that are grabbing ice to load in the rockets.
And then something that gets turned into fuel.
It's iron. So there's iron and ice. Open video, new tab. Cool, that doesn't help. Nope, I want to zoom in. Turn off loop. It's that assembler. So that's loading ice. The blue one is ice, and then it's this one. This one has some iron ore, which is about to go into that machine, which won't... It still makes blue liquid for some reason. I don't know why it makes blue liquid, but it makes blue liquid. And that goes directly into here? Yeah, directly into here.
It's really interesting because you have both the red and the blue liquids going into each thruster, but then there's 2 ports which sort of pull out and then share the 2 different coloured liquids with each other.
Yeah, it's one continuous pipe chain, so they're sharing.
So okay, so it is actually sharing pipes.
So this is doing... So this is doing ice, which is outputting into a pipe. This is doing iron, that's outputting to the same pipe, which is inputting into this one, which is also doing iron. 8 seconds. Can I go back? That inserter... Oh, no, that inserter is doing coal. That one's doing coal. That's coal. And coal gives you the red. So that's a dark blue, that's a light blue, that's a red. And then this pipe here, this one is the blue one. And then this one that goes in this side is the red one. How cool will the overhaul mods be with the expansion? Horrible. 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 Finish the expansion once or twice first before you worry about overhaul mods. So this gives you the red stuff. The red stuff will end up in this pipe window here. There we go. Nope, missed it.
How much worse will Pteranodons be?
The only thing I have to say is giant mods like Pteranodons will take a very long time to update.
That is true.
Update and make compatible. So yes, that's the red one. So you need ice and iron to make blue fuel, which you also need to feed the blue fuel into the rocket and into the red machine, which then burns coal. No, go for Bob's Angels version. No, SC will magically have their mod pack ready the day after. He's got full source access. I'm not surprised. Bob's will probably be the same. Angels probably not, because I don't think anybody's properly maintaining Angels anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Angels come back or not. So we have a new confirmed resource, ice. This blue thingy here. There's coal, there's iron, there's copper.
Cubic iron. Is it iron?
It's definitely iron. There's an iron plate. Also, this assembler's making ammo. So there's iron, there's ice, there's coal, there's copper. So we've got confirmed of new ice. Aaron Dell's always said the SC and space exploration will not be the same. We also say we won't see all the differences so expansion and mod have announced. Also said we won't see all the differences until the expansion and mod have announced more information. Yeah. Yeah. Look, he's under NDA. He can't say what's going to be in the expansion. I'm willing to bet there's going to be a lot of optimizations that are in the expansion that he will be able to take advantage of. I'm also willing to bet there'll be a point where he'll be just like, no, this, space exploration works up to this version of Factorio base version. And if you want to keep playing the updated versions, it's going to be expansion only. Actually, no, because the expansion's a mod. So they're
Effectively, yes.
For whatever optimizations are in, they all have to be in the base game. So no, there's nothing to stop him to keep going. And then it comes down to when people grab Factorio for the first time, what people are going to spend the extra to get the space age over just getting space exploration as a mod. Will the base game offer something better? Will they offer a reason? They can buy you from features unless you have DLC. Yeah, but the optimizations. Game engines hardcoded only allow quality modules if the DLC is being used. Yes. As Discord, he said he doesn't know which direction he will go, requiring the expansion or not expansion. Well, like I said, if there's any optimizations in the base game, he will be able to... All optimizations have to exist in the base game, because there is only the base game. So that's not going to be a limit. That's not going to be a limit for him. Because that's one thing I was considering. No new Factorio players exist. We have converted all of them. The rest are heathens. It's not true. It still sells. It still sells.
The rest of them are satisfactory players, and we need to fix them.
SteamDB Factorio.
Should play satisfactory again at some point.
Eventually.
Just got to build up enough motivation to actually want to. It's fine when you get to the end game. The problem is getting to the end game.
Oh well, now look. If and when I play it again, I 100%. I don't care anymore. I will be turning on free building for myself, so I can just build stuff. I don't need to go back to base and get resources. I'll just have whatever it is. I'll just be able to build stuff for free. So yeah, you can't see sales data on SteamDB, but it's definitely still selling. When the player average doesn't go down over time, right? It's definitely still selling. There is definitely still new players buying it. Isn't the base game technically a mod? Correct. Ooh.
It's pretty much how most games work.
Ooh. No, they don't have any secret versions on Steam. Bugger. They do have a 32-bit version for Linux and also for Windows.
I thought they dropped... they'll be really old.
Yeah, I can't see them being updated.
They'll be the... that might be the old version.
Yeah, it would be.
You can get the old versions.
Yep. A lot of people who play the DRM free version. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the direct from website.
Yeah, it's how
Linux
C-Block is.
people.
C-Block is. The only time I play the Steam version is if I'm doing something like multiplayer normally. Slowest developing games in history, only beat by Stationeers. How many years? Is... 4 years? No. 7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die is even slower.
7
Space
Days to Die.
Engineers?
Factorio is still slower. Say that to
Engineers
Project Zomboid. 7 Days to
10th anniversary.
Die. Huh?
Space Engineers just hit 10th. Well, technically they launched, but it's still very much a beta.
Does it still carry an early access flag?
No.
Oh, okay.
To pretend that they're out of it.
Yeah, 7 Days to Die is definitely in early access still. Project Zomboid, never played it. Satisfactory, 4 years. 4 years. 4 years is not too bad, considering Factorio itself was 7 years, 8 years, 10 years.
7 Days to Die is 10 years.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it started earlier than that too.
The only thing is Satisfactory is... No, price history. Yep. Is you can regularly get it at 40% off. 4 years plus early access plus the Epic Store. No, it's 3 years plus a year of Epic. 4 years total. I got stuck about 2 years when the only computer with the game code on it was stolen several years ago. Well, that sounds like a backup. Back up your shit. Back up your shit.
It seems like something that you probably would have need to back up.
Back up your shit.
Losing your code base because of a stolen computer because it wasn't on Git or anything. How do you even do that without Git or something to track your code changes?
Same way I code stuff. I just do an update. How do I keep my code changes? I take the original code, the original file, because it's only one file. I copy and paste it. I change the new one to today's date in year, month, date, because that's the only date format that matters. And then I start editing that one.
Like, it just opens up even more questions. Like, yeah, backup is one thing, but it means they're coding without any kind of version tracking.
Yep. Started in on early access 2011. Look, if you... what was the game I was looking at? The Crust. Actually, it's not even released. The Crust has spent... Oh, no, actually... Foundry.
Whoever would have guessed that all these open world survival games that were started back in the peak Minecraft days would still be in early access by now, given how many of them died after like 3 or 6 months. Yeah, even a couple of people working on it. Why do they not have version tracking?
Foundry.
Foundry.
Yeah.
What's this crap? Oh, it was a stupid Web 5, HTML5 pages.
Oh yeah, I hate them. No.
Investors love them though, for some reason.
Okay. Foundry.
Why would there be 32-bit support?
Huh?
I feel like we're well... There was a question there, will there be 32-bit support? Why is that even a question anymore?
So, Foundry, 2 years ago... Yup. Oh, I love it when people delete things. View creator page. You've just removed all of it. Okay, that's super helpful. So, account was registered Feb 19. So, they started on itch.io in 19. So, they're already 4 years before they've got out to early access. Game's dead. Game is not dead. I know who they're publishing with. I will say Factorio got a publisher, and that's all I can say. Wolf, do you know who the publisher is? I know you can't say you know who the publisher. Well, you can't say who the publisher is, but do you know? You know who the publisher is. Okay, Wolf, can you send me a DM on Discord? I just want to confirm. I am 98% sure I know who it is.
It's those guys.
I just want a confirmation. Yes. So Foundry is 4 years. 4 years. Then they're not even got to the early access stage. And yeah, this browser. Viking Foundry. EA is the publisher. Early access is not the publisher. He didn't update.
Viking.
He didn't update. He didn't ever publish it. To YouTube.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So you got Bold Viking, then you've got all of his videos, and then you keep scrolling down.
People also watched.
And then cookware. The truth about cookware.
Yeah, it's YouTube has changed their search, and it sucks balls now. They'll have completely unrelated stuff. Then they'll have shorts. And then they have more.
Then the shorts are completely I feel like none of those shorts really have anything to do with Bold Viking. Bold Viking couldn't be any more.
Yeah. Bold looks nothing like that. Yeah. This one's got a bit of hair on her. Maybe that. Yeah. And then we've got more from your search results, and then we've got for you, and then that might be the channel. So we're almost at the bottom. At the bottom when we have to keep loading. Yeah. Foundry. Nope. EA is in Electronic Arts. Yeah, I got that. I just sent you a DM. Okay.
Yeah, the joke was that EA is early access, not Electronic Arts.
Okay. I did not have that guess. That was not my guess. Are you sure? Wolf, are you sure? Are you sure? There was a complete broke search by recent. Oh, yeah, they have. It is so screwed. YouTube search is 100%. Okay. Okay, I didn't have that as my answer. I had a different publisher. Which I'm not going to say because they haven't published. They haven't said who their publisher is. They have said they're signed with the publisher.
Money build.
Yeah, so Bold Viking did Foundry 3 years ago? 3 years ago. Yeah, I'd have to search through my Discord DMs. Actually, I don't even know if it was DM. But yeah, he first looked at it 3 years ago. And then even Neilhouse did it a year ago. It hasn't even hit early access. Yeah. C1 did Foundry, also KOS. Exactly. It hasn't even hit early access.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did a round with all the YouTubers a year ago.
I don't think they're even sponsored. I think one person picked it up, and then that led to another person picking it up, another person picking it up, and so on and so forth. Right.
The fact that Neilhouse is saying showcase / let's try, that's very LTT inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, that which tells me it probably was sponsored.
First look at Foundry. It doesn't have ad in there. Legally, if it's an ad, he has to put ad in there.
Okay.
So, no idea.
Hard and face with the word showcase. Paying fast and loose with it.
Floating biter?
Oh, the brain sack biter.
Yeah, what about it? Yeah. It's our friend. It's our friend. That's definitely on the Australian planet.
Yeah,
Definitely.
particularly
Definitely.
with all the water.
I don't see a mouth. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's an Australian biter. What it does is it grabs you with the tentacles and shoves you on the inside. Yep.
The underneath is a mouth. It's just one big
Yep.
mouth.
Yep. Yep. Have you ever seen an octopus? Mouth on an octopus? Yeah. The beak. Yeah. I think about like a starfish. Yeah, starfish with deadly claws that will definitely hurt.
With barbed claws and talons.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Foundry's 4 years, and they haven't hit early access yet. And they're going to be each has their own unique theme, resource challenges, and gameplay mode. Most of them also have different military targets. Jellyfish, yeah, jellyfish, octopus, either or, all of the above. Patrick Star mixed with Cthulhu and a chicken. Sure. Yeah. So look, the fact that Satisfactory's been 4 years in early access means nothing. Dyson Sphere.
Still in early access. That's not even. That's even newer than Satisfactory.
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
3 years?
Oh,
3 years?
2 years is nothing.
3 years? Yeah. 3 years for Dyson Sphere.
Last played February 22.
That's probably when I last played it too. What sort of chicken are you eating? Only the ones with the best hormones. Best hormone treatment. Dyson Sphere gets down to 20% off. Satisfactory, 40% off. That's the thing. Like, anybody asks me about Satisfactory, it's a great game. By the same token, it's regularly on sale, 40% off. Grab it on sale.
It's also an irritating game at times.
Is it charts? No. Where do you see sales and?
Well, SteamDB is sort of hidden this stuff if you don't have an account and all that business.
I can't get an account. I rephrase it. I can get an account, but I can't. They've got a thingy that you log into that runs on your PC and looks at your Steam profile and your Steam games, which I can't install because I have NDAs. Do I just click that? There we go. Price history. So it was on sale in June, July, March, January, December, start of December, September. It's on sale every 3 months. Yeah, Satisfactory, great game. Wait for it on sale. It's on sale every 3 months. Just add it to your favorites, add it to your wish list. As soon as it's on sale, grab it. It's good for 3 playthroughs. 1 now, 1 in the future, 1 when the final version comes out. If you Google, post about 2 dev blogs a month. Oh, they do. Foundry has... Foundry has... Devlogs, 2 a month, every 2 weeks, like Ritual. They're good. They provide updates. There is updates coming, all right? But it's been around for Dwarf Fortress first release 2006. Yeah, well, let's not talk about Dwarf Fortress.
It's a bit of an outlier.
Foundry did get last update with version 16 days ago. That version is not available unless you backed it on itch.io. KD3, how you doing?
Also, isn't Dwarf Fortress technically goes all the way back to the 90s?
Oh, probably. Dwarf Fortress, considering the way the graphics were engineered, the BBSs were in the late 80s, early 90s, right? Yeah. He explained it began like the 1982 game Dig Dug. Okay.
Pretty sure there was an adventure game that someone had been developing since the late 80s as well. Still being developed.
Yeah, there's lots of weird games that just
There's
sit
a lot
in
of
early access
weird outliers.
forever. Yeah, and the classic modern one is 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die, we're on Alpha 22, and I've heard comments of like, actually, who is it? Banlish made his partner in his streaming career playing 7 Days to Die. And he had lots of people saying, to him and saying in whatever the devs are called, I can't remember their name. Saying that they really wish the game would finally release, have a 1.0, blah 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 blah. And his answer was no, I don't like that. I hate that idea. It means every 2 or 3 years I get a brand new game that I don't have to pay for. I've paid for it once, and every couple of years I get another game. Fun pips, that's it. Yeah, the fun pips. They release a new game every couple of years. It's called 7 Days to Die. It still features zombies, it still features guns, it still features shooting zombies, it still features building a base, but it's a new game every couple of years.
Oh yeah, because they completely rebalance it and change everything.
So let's just take it as music. Yeah. They radically change everything. Right? It still has the basic core mechanics, but everything has changed.
It's rebalanced, so it's a whole new game.
Yep. Yeah, and I have no
strategies are gone.
I have no issue with that. Like I would actually like to do a 7 Days to Die multiplayer map. We'll have to see how next weekend goes. JD plays 7 Days to Die. Your channel. You mean like that one? I played Alpha 20. I played 18. I don't know, Taka Bear's not here. 18, 19. I played 20. I didn't get a chance to play 21. 22's out now. And I'd love to do a multiplayer map now. But I can't see it happening right now. We're going to see how next weekend goes. Because next weekend, my lovely adoring partner, never mind. My lovely adoring partner is going to sit down and she's going to play Factorio. Factorio with Cabinet Misery. That's all right. It's on the second channel. Exclamation mark Raw for JD Raw and Uncut. Which is where all these VODs go, including today's. Yes, she needs to play Factorio. I am not allowed to do anything to help apart from instruct her. And she needs to go from, landing on the planet all the way through to launching a rocket. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then after she launches the rocket and she is done, she is then going to get to sit with chat for a little bit and give you her thoughts on Factorio. It will be on this channel. It'll be right here next weekend. The schedule is not updated yet, but it's going to be the Saturday stream. Saturday for you people, not for me. Starting at 4 a.m. for me on the Sunday. Yep. I don't think there'll be a Friday stream, so Mojo will have to do Friday Facts offline for a change. Maybe I'll bid up a stream just for the Friday Facts. I don't know. But yes, it'll probably be the only stream maybe for the weekend. I don't know. I haven't got that far. But yes, it's going to be... She needs to launch the rocket, and then when she's done, I get to have whatever base she's left with me with to go from there to launch more rockets. Yeah, we're waiting on the final coding come through. But it's Subfest, still Subfest. So I can guarantee you it's going to involve subs and therefore more rockets. Oh boy, it's going to be a long stream. Yeah. And I meant to do artwork for that today. And post it, which I haven't done. And do the schedule. And get the Friday Facts video rendered. Which means I need to end the stream. Which means I need to find somebody to raid. Who are we raiding today, chat? Yes. Who's not playing Starfield?
That narrows it down a lot.
It does.
Actually, I don't mean that ironically.
It
like actually eliminates a lot of people.
does. Okay. Looks like we're raiding high speed again, because he's the only one running. What? 2 legit city. Too Legit City. Who's Too Legit City?
He plays Oxygen Not Included, amongst other things.
He's live right now. Okay, so that's a good start. He's playing Oni. No, we stick to category first. Base renovations, food switch, space exploration, max difficulty, radioactive ocean, September. Sure. All right, he wins. He wins only because he says space exploration, which is like Factorio adjacent, right? All right, we're gonna go raid. Too Legit City. Can you do me a favor? Can you tell him I said g'day, mate? Also, if he says nasty things about me, tell him it was something Co's fault. But yes, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna raid him. I'm gonna get the Friday Facts video rendered. Also, I have a DSync video to get rendered. And I don't know what else I have to do. Do up the artwork. Do the artwork for the Factorio family feud, which probably implies and definitely confirms I'm gonna have the crap beaten out of me whilst I try to explain to my partner how to play Factorio, because she doesn't play Factorio. Or anything apart from mobile games and first-person shooters. The only upside is in Factorio, she probably won't miss the biters.
Did you play Raid Shadow Legends?
No. But do you know how many sponsorships I've been offered in the last 2 months for that? There's a possibility I'm going to take one. They're like $300, $400, $500 now. US. It's getting close. All right, that is it. I am out. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow night for C-Bus tomorrow night. But yes, please tell Too Legit City I said g'day, mate, and we'll see you next stream. All right, I'm out. Bye.